This tutorial will be the least comprehensive, least detailed, simplest Axiom tutorial you will ever see. I've just learned Axiom for my little series where I'm trying to get good at Minecraft. And while I was learning, I realized that Axiom is just so much easier to learn if you just get the basics and then mess around with it until it works for you. And you can just search up things when you need it. So, I've put together this simple dimple tutorial on all the Axiom basics you need to know so you can navigate Axiom enough to get started. This video will cover all the build modes and a little bit into edit mode. As soon as you spawn into this world, you'll notice a little extra bit on your hotbar. You can get to this bit by clicking 0 or scrolling there on your scroll wheel. This extra square holds all the extra build modes. You can swap through them by clicking 0. See, we've got move, clone, stack, smear, extrude, erase, and symmetry, set up symmetry. So we'll start with move. You can see in the center of the screen that they'll give you like their own little tutorial on what to do. This tool will help you move a certain area. It's exactly what it says, move. Start by clicking with your left click and then get over here, right click as it shows. Now, you'll notice this little blue arrow thing there. It's important to know that whichever way you're facing is whichever way your selected area will move. So if I'm looking down, let's call it a dirt block, will move downward. If I am looking up, my dirt block will move upward. And if I'm looking this way, it will move this way. If I'm looking that way, it will go that way. So whichever way you're looking, it will move. Now, you can see it gives you 3 options in the center of the screen. 2 extra things on the side of the screen. You have Control R if you want to rotate it. And you have Control F if you just want to flip something. It's pretty even, so you're not going to be able to tell. So if you left click again, you will cancel it. If we wanted to confirm our placement, let's say we just want to place here, get a little random dirt platform, we will click right click. And I'm moving it by just scrolling my scroll wheel. So we can see that it took this plot of land and moved it over there. Now, if we wanted to move this without taking a plot of land, we'll click 0 again and move on to clone. See, I don't want to take away this area here. I just want to make a dirt platform and keep the dirt in the ground. So I'm going to click my first point here. Let's put my second point here. I'm going to move it up. And I'm going to move it this way. Beautiful. Now, again, just moving it with the scroll wheel. Instead of this disappearing down here, when I click confirm with my right click, and then it's going to ask me again if I want to finish or if I want to continue cloning it. Now, because this is a clone, I could continue moving it that way. Now I have this set here that I can stand on. It's really there. But if I wanted to continue cloning this platform, I could. And I could move it down here. Or if I'm done here, I don't need to make more. I'll left click to finish it. And now we can see we didn't take this dirt piece away here. It's still here. But now we have these 2 extra dirt pieces because we've cloned exactly what we've taken. So if I wanted to build a little statue right here, if I wanted to build myself a little statue, let's just build this. Classic. I could go like this. And this is just simple way, because remember, we want to get the whole thing. And this, oh, whoopsie. This, now I have this whole area. What are we going to do? We are going to look up, move it upward. And we want to put it here. Let's look up again. Down. Oh, nope. And then finish. Boom, now I've duplicated my wonderful statue. So not only do I have this statue right here, but I have that statue, 2 statues. And that's the same thing that applies with everything. You can just duplicate it again and again and again and again. Now if we move on to our next mode, that is stack mode. Stack mode is exactly what it sounds like. If I wanted to make a wall all the way up to, let's say here. Let's go over here. I could go first point, second point, Again, very simple. Remember, if I'm stacking this way, it's going to go this way. I'm stacking this way, I can scroll it towards myself. And it will give you how far you're going on. Yeah, let me keep doing that. Below, you can see the red, green, and blue numbers. Show how many stacks, which direction, things like that. It's not very important. I mean, I just look at the boxes. But if I wanted for it to go up, and voila. It just stacks upon itself. It will stack whatever is within its selection area. So say I only wanted to stack these statues. I could do this and this, and I could just keep stacking them infinitely. And it will fill every single gap within an area. So what that means is basically, instead of if I wanted to do every other one, I couldn't. It will do every single it would stack itself as close as possible on top of each other. Our next mode is going to be smear. Smear is my favorite. I use smear the most. If I wanted to make a stairwell, you would do it like this. You smear this one. You can go forward, which looks the same as stack, right? Except if I go below it and look up, it does this. Basically, it will do the same thing that smear does, but you can push it in many different directions. If I wanted my stair to move that way, well, now I've got a stair that goes this way. And same thing as always, just right click to confirm. So now I've got this little staircase. This is a great way to make staircase. If I wanted to make a staircase that would wrap around this, I could create myself. That's a bit treacherous, but oh my gosh. And look, I've made myself a little fancy smancy staircase right up the side of this pillar. So smear is my favorite. I use smear the most because staircases can be really annoying to do. So this is a great way to get yourself a base down. If I wanted to make a bridge from here to, let's say, up there, I could do this or this, and you'll see here it says click to extend. Now if I scroll, it would just move. If I go to this point right here, let's say right there, I could click the middle of my scroll wheel. Don't scroll your scroll wheel, click your scroll wheel, and it will automatically extend all the way up there. Let's use our stack tool really quick, just for fun. Let's make a big old pillar like right here. Let's look up. Oh, I gotta do. If you ever want to just select one block, you just have to put your first and second point on the same block. So let's make a big old pillar here just for fun. Okay. Now imagine I wanted to make myself a fancy schmancy bridge all the way over there. Just a fair warning, you might feel like, oh, this doesn't work. Just to let you guys know. Hold on, Control Z. Also another warning, Control Z only works on AXIOM action. So if you place a block, you can't Control Z this. I can only Control Z if I do this. If I do this and I place it there, I can Control Z this. This will not Control Z. But if you guys want to make this, we can finally make our fancy schmancy bridge. You have to scroll once and then use your middle click as smear 2, click it, confirm, and then you have your bridge. If you don't scroll once, it won't work. That is fair warning. Now, on to our next one. If I wanted to make my bridge a little taller, there's two options. One, expand, which will make everything just one block taller. Any sort of section like this, one block taller. If I wanted to shrink it, you left click. So right click, left click. This one is a little bit tricky. It does do things like this a lot. Now there's a gap in my stair. Because sometimes when you make things when you layer things up, we can see that it turned this all into one big group because that it turned into one big grass plane. Now that this is dirt, it's important to know that these things will not rise up. See, there's something cool you can do. I wouldn't try this if you have a weak computer. You can expand this floor, and now your floor is one higher. See? But if I wanted to shrink it down, sorry for the lag, it's gonna do that. Well, now there's all these random little gaps on my floor. So if I were to do this again, it'd leave all these gaps in the floor because now all these gaps are dirt. So if the blocks aren't the same, then it will not all expand together. Very important to know. Okay, I'm going to shrink this again, or my PC! Yeah, this thing will eradicate your PC. I would say very careful. Now you'll notice everything's looking a bit peculiar. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna Control Z again. Remember, Control Z will only work on Axiom actions. If I dig a hole right here, it's not going to. If I dig a hole right here, only that's gonna come back. Now our next one going to be erase. It's exactly what it sounds like. If I wanted to erase the rest of this, I could just delete. Boom, exactly what it says. Erase is very simple, just erases things. It's great if you want to delete large areas. Like if I wanted to eradicate this staircase, I could just boom, and then boom, and then delete, and it's gone. Nice, quick, and easy. Now the very last one. This one is, I would say, the trickiest, but it's very useful. If I wanted to build myself a silly little pillar here, I could place this. Now it'll give me a bunch of options. Everyone pause. You've got move symmetry. If you click this, click here, click there, click here, click there, it will move your little this little gray dot. This is your symmetry dot. So wherever you put this is whatever you're making will go around this. If you hold control, you can also scroll this places. You can scroll it down, you can scroll it up. Again, it's the same thing, whichever direction you're looking at, whichever direction you will go. This one's a little bit tricky. I don't like to use it. I like to just click. If you click delete, it will disappear. If you place it again, it will come back. If I'm over here and I want to Control F, then it will go flip like this. R is the circular sort of, why do I have 64 doors? This is the sort of circular thing that you will likely need the most, because if I wanted to build a pillar, then I would have to do it like this, right? Here, let me give myself some extra area. Be careful for this one. It can get tricky, and things can go horribly wrong. Let me tell you that much. Okay, boom. Now I've got a circular looking thing, and then this is where we can bring in some of our other stuff here. If I wanted to stack it, I could do this. Boom. If I wanted to stack it, make myself a super tall pillar, I could do this. Nope. Do this and go boom. Boom. And look up. Look up. Boom. And I've got a tall pillar. And then look, wait, now I've got these extra marks here. I don't want to have all those marks. What should I do now? Well, let me tell you what you should do now. Remember that? Oop, I passed it. Remember that silly erase thing we had? Let's go utilize some of that. It's getting dark. I'm scared of the dark. /time set day. Boom. Let's go down here. Boom. Now it's gone. Oh my gosh, wait, there's another one. Careful not to accidentally look another direction, because if I look like this, I'm gonna have extra pillars. We don't want extra pillars right now. We want one pillar. If you accidentally look another direction, you will add another pillar. So we want to keep all our pillars like this. Boom, now I've got my one pillar. And now I've got this massive dirt pillar that I can use for anything I want. See, if you're building a huge build, Axiom is incredible. Because this would have taken me years to build, and it wouldn't have been nearly as circular. Those are all the build modes. Now you might be thinking, okay, well, is that all that Axiom is, even though it's very useful? Well, no. If you're in your hotbar, you can click Alt, and now you've got all these extra things. So I'm going to walk you through some of these. This first one is Phantom. This means that, let's get a little pressure plate. If I had a pressure plate, if I walked over it, I wouldn't trigger it because you're a Phantom. If I took off Phantom, it would trigger. So this is very useful if you like to make builds with all sorts of random thingy-mabobbers all over the place, and you don't want to hear clickety click 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 all over the place. This one is no clip. Now all of these will give you short summaries between all of them. Axiom is very intuitive, so don't worry about not being able to figure everything out. Axiom is incredibly intuitive. So this one is called no clip. That means if I didn't want to have to fly all the way upward to get into my pillar, you know what I could do instead? Since if I turn on no clip, I can just go straight through it. So if I wanted to build something right here, instead of having to be like, how am I gonna get there? How am I supposed to get there? I can just, oh my gosh, how easy, how easy, how easy, how easy. This is so simple. This is so easy. I don't have to worry, not even a little bit. So yeah, this one is the most useful. I usually have this on all the time, simply because if I need to build something that's a little tricky, if I need to move something that's a little tricky, instead of having to like kind of, if I were here, I wouldn't have to like weasel around to get it to work. I could just bloomp, blink. Here, we'll keep no clip on. Next, we have angel placement. This means you can place blocks midair. Like I said, it's very intuitive. It says everything. If I want to place a block here, I could build myself a little. If I wanted to build a statue in the middle of the air, I could. Oh, well, that's a bit odd looking. If yours looks like that, you might need to see a doctor. But yeah, I can just place things in the middle of the air. So this is very, very useful if you want to do some random lights. When I was learning it, I used it when I was adding the random lights around my tower. So yeah, this is definitely a wonderful thing to add. It makes things look very whimsical. Next, we have fast place. You place things really fast. This is, yeah, it's exactly what it sounds like. You place things very fast. The opposite of that is actually all the way down here. Bulldozer breaks things super duper fast. Also very useful. If we come back up here though, this is infinite reach. This, the same thing. They all sound exactly what they look like. This means I can place things as far as I want. See? All the way over there. As far as I can see, I can place something on it. Look at that. Look at that. You'd never be able to do that in another context. Tinker. This is a debug stick. Or basically, let's get me a fence or something. Basically, I've got this debug stick. Just right click and just right click. It will do whatever you need. It's a debug stick. If you've ever heard of a debug stick, you'll know what this is. It just clicks it and it takes it through all the different forms something could be. So instead of like using a shovel, you can do this. This doesn't really have anything debugged. But yeah. So that's exactly what that is. It's a debug stick. This is no updates. That means if I were to put this right here, if I were to break it, it would stay like that. Versus if I didn't have no updates and I did this and this, if I broke this, it would go back to that. Force place means that, let's say I've got this random stone brick. Now imagine I'm sitting here like, I want to place an oak sapling on this brick. I can. In regular Minecraft, you could not do that. You would have to place it on grass or dirt. I could just place it on this brick if I want. That is because this allows me to place it wherever I'd like. See, if I turned off force place and I tried to place it, it wouldn't let me because saplings don't belong on stone. How could I plant it? This is the most important one. Replace mode. Replace mode is basically, this is what you would use to texture. If I wanted to texture this into stone, this is how I would do it. That way, instead of having to delete things and replace them, I could do it like this. This is wonderful for texturing. You just right click, right click, right click, right click, and everything will just replace it with whichever block you have in your hand. This is what I use for texturing. It's so useful. This is your inventory, and you've got infinite pages of inventory. It just keeps going. So if you made a build with 1,000,000 blocks, you could put 1,000,000 blocks in here. Over here is your flying speed. So if I turn this up, I'm scared of the dark. Time, set, day. If I wanted to go that fast, well, look how speedy I am now. Look how speedy I am now. If I wanted to go super slow for some reason, okay, well, now I'm this slow. I have mine around 159, usually 200-ish. I think it's fast enough, faster than usual, but not too slow. This little toolbox down here has all sorts of things. Infinite reach limit. If you have a bad computer, you will need this. Your infinite reach limit, you want it to be further, but not too far. Just put it a little above. Flight momentum. This, you know, this little kind of extra slide you do after. If you go down here and turn off flight momentum, you just stop right away. Wherever you are, you stop. This is really helpful because if you go down, you just kind of, a lot of times you'll have to go up, down, up, down. If you've ever been trying to get the right angle, oh, it's crowded. If you've ever been trying to get the right angle in replay or flashback, you'll know the pain of trying to get into the right spot and you have to keep going up and down. This eliminates that. However, you go over here and then you stop, it just stops you right there. These are pretty much the only ones that you'll need. Now, let's go click E, right, into our items. For creative, you can only use Axiom if you're OP. If you own the world or you have all the perms, they will let you use Axiom. If you are, say you have an essential world, if you don't have OP, you cannot use Axiom. Okay. They have a couple really useful things. One, your color picker. Your color picker is wonderful. Say I wanted to get like a red block. It will show me all sorts of things that give things around this color. The closest thing you can get to this color, you have black, you have pink, all of this. It's genuinely wonderful. It's exactly how it is. These different settings means it must be a full cube. Disabled means it can be slabs, this and that, cauldrons. Solid means it has to be solid. Otherwise, if I do this, it could be like things like water or powdered snow you can get. Opaque means it must not be transparent. I know a lot of people think opaque means transparent. No, it means exactly the opposite. So see, we've got some glass here. That means it's not opaque. It is transparent. And then this must have the same texture. All of these things are explained right as they are. So like I said, Axiom is very easy to navigate even without a tutorial. This is RGB. If you don't know, RGB stands for red, green, and blue. So however much blue you want something, if you want less green, more green, this and that, it changed the colors. This is the composition of like when you see things on your computer. It's all within RGB. So yeah, but I would say just stick to this area. This should be good enough for you. Now, let's say I wanted to make a little gradient from red to blue. Well, I would go over here to my gradient helper. I can put red on one side and blue on the other side, and it will give me all these blocks in between that I could pick from. So if I wanted to just copy this to my hotbar, which is a really great way to just put everything down, then I could just, now I have this beautiful palette that has all the colors that I need. For my palette. The basics of Axiom. If you want a more in-depth tutorial one day, please do not come ask me because I don't know them and you will have to find the in-depth tutorial from somebody else. Hope you enjoyed. Bye-bye.